Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Friday, happy weekend, happy Memorial Day weekend. My utmost respect goes out to all those that have died for our country and those who continue to serve our country. Words are not enough. So I show my respect by showing love and respecting my freedom. I'm not here for that. The reason I'm here is because I wanted to talk a little bit about getting involved in our children's lives. I mean, I'm currently at the school where my son attends, and my son's a pretty good kid. He's a pretty good kid, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't need guidance. I think that in this world where we want to be friends to our children and not parents, we begin to see problems in school or problems with kids that are lost, and they're kids. They're kids. At the end of the day, they don't have the ability to reason. They don't have the ability to understand the way that we do because of the wisdom through experience that we've acquired. And today was no different. My son was struggling, and I showed up. I showed up at the school, and I talked to the teacher. And I'm always one that doesn't like to have a teacher conference without my son being there, because this is a conversation that needs to be had with everybody. It's not, he said, she said. And it wasn't about, finding the teacher doing something wrong or finding my son doing something wrong. It was about finding ways to celebrate the things that are going right and fixing the opportunities that were there. And it was a great meeting. It was a great meeting. And I think that, our kids live in a world that is so difficult in the world that we grew up in, that I grew up in. And they need that guidance. I think they get lost and they don't know how to navigate this crazy world we live in. Let's show up for your child, show up for your children, show up at school, show up at their events, open the door to their bedroom, find out what's going on in there. I mean, all these things are so important. If we don't want our children getting out of control or doing things because they don't know how to deal with the pain inside their heart, then we can't get upset when things go wrong. We have to. I even told the teacher I took blame also for not getting involved sooner, that I waited to the last minute. That was on me. And, so everybody played a part in this whole thing that was going on with my son. And he's a beautiful kid, but for just a short 3 or 4 days, he was going down the wrong path. And I got involved, and I said, no, we're not, I'm not losing you now. Not losing you now. Let's work this out. Let's work this out. So love your children enough to get involved. Love your children enough to show up. Show up in their life every day. And let them know how much you love them. A day doesn't go by where I don't say to my son, I love you, son. Because I don't know if that's the last day I'm going to get a chance to do that. Anyway, I didn't mean to get on my soapbox. I see such tragedy in our world, and we're trying to look on the outside for the answers, and the answers aren't on the outside. They're on the inside. And our kids just want to know that they're loved, and they find love in strange ways when we as parents and adults don't give them that. And I get we're busy, and I get we got stuff to do. But if our children continue to run a ray and continue to be lost, then our world is lost too. And that tragedy is preventable. All right. So have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Love your children. Respect the military. Respect Memorial Day. And instead of bitching about your kids being on the phone, have a conversation with them. Make them put it down. That's what I tell my son. Put the phone down. Let's talk. Or sometimes he tells me that. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. And I love you. Blessings.